In this next video, you will see two people. First, you will see a man who is using comparison to speak down on Black American women and edify East African women. And then you're going to see an African woman, a West African woman named Dr. Zita, whose TikTok page is outstanding. Read him for filth. What I appreciate is how she, as an African woman, is culturally competent to understand why we as Black women, Black American women, are facing the situations that we do. And a lot of it is cultural, and we are reacting in this society based on the experiences and issues that we're facing in this society, not just because we're out and out trying to be unfit, unfeminine, and unfriendly towards these men. No, we're all just reacting and attempting to survive. Now, I am warning you that the man's, in his opinion and his grammar, or I'm sorry, lack thereof grammar, comes first. But to get to the meat of the situation, you have to listen to a couple of his words, but what you get on the back end with Dr. Zita and her experience and her cultural competence is worth it. So tune in, watch the whole thing, and then tell me what you think on the back end. Y'all have a good one.
African women versus African American women. I visited various countries in Africa, specifically East Africa, and what I can tell you is this: East African women are some of the most beautiful, most tenacious, zealous women in the world. They're on a level that African American women can only hope and pray to be on. From the way that they walk, to their elegance, to their cooperation, fit, and feminine behavior, they're next level. East African women love to wear their natural hair. They love to be very respectable to their elders, and they respect men. Fellas, do your favor and get your East African beauty.
And this is the problem that some of us have with the Black American passport bros. You can definitely have your preference without bringing down African American women. You can have your preference. East African women can definitely be your preference, but you do not need to compare them with African American women and bring down African American women or Black American women. One of the key elements or variables that most of you forget when you're making this comparison is the social-cultural context, all right? These women are the way they are because of the men in their society. African American women are the way they are because of what? The men in their society. Most of you are 50-50 men. African men are raised with the mindset to be providers. And that is not the same mindset that most African American men have. Beyond provision, African men believe in lineage and continuity of the family name, and these are the reasons why they tend to get married and often would do well being the man of the house. Most of you African American men do not have that concept of extending your lineage and your family name. Again, this whole thing of East African women love to wear their natural hair. Context is key. In most African countries and cultures, the women are not directly competing with Eurocentric standards. Do not get me wrong, Eurocentric standards are global. However, women on the African continent are not directly competing with that standard, and the economic penalty is not as severe as it is in North America. Okay, so Black women in North America, I'm sure they have beautiful hair, but depending on your career, you need to look a certain way to get ahead. I have done a video extensively talking about the level of microaggression and the way Black women are penalized when they wear their natural hair at work and how that affects them economically. A simple look at the Crown research funded by Dove will provide a context for understanding why Black women in America might not be so drawn to wearing their natural hair Finally, you talk about the element of respect and how East African women respect their elders and respect men. You need to conduct yourself in a manner that deserves respect. Do African American men carry themselves deserving of respect? That is a question for you to answer. Respect is not given, it is earned. So if you want to get respect from your women, conduct yourself as such. How many of you are sexually disciplined? How many of you are providers? How many of you have emotional intelligence? How many of you claim a pregnancy when a woman tells you that you got her pregnant and you go ahead, follow through, support her, and name the child to ensure that you are laying claims to your lineage and ensuring that your family name continues? These are the things. So before you make these comparisons, remember, African American men and women are a product of their own society, and East African women are also a reflection of their own society and how the men in those society operate and move. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. Dear Black Passport Bros, please stop the comparison, go for your preference in peace, and stop disrespecting your own women. That is simply unattractive, and for me, as a West African woman, I would not deal with any man who disrespect his own women just to elevate me. Guess what, guys? Hit the follow button.